Hi. Our first video, we tried a way of presentation which I am very much comfortable with. Presenting my own words, the communication pattern that I like to follow, without following a definite script. However, a lot of our audience, my friends, and some people around the world told us, why don't we try a script-based method? Now, for this and one more video, we are going to try the script-based method, where the content is going to be predefined and I'm going to present it in a static way without creating much interaction with the audience or trying to gauge what I'm going to say next. Now, we have recorded a part of the video, and what I have felt is, although the script gives a definite structure, the timeline of the video remains restricted to a time frame, but my interactivity with the audience reduces. Or the things that I present, there are a lot of ideas which come to me while making the presentation. I'm not able to present it because of the restriction of the script. We are going to present this two video as well. Please look at all the three of them and do share your feedback, which ones are better, so that we can try to follow the same. Or if you have do's and don'ts for both the types of videos, do share and we'll try to create a combination of both of the styles so that the result is more pleasant and you're able to understand more of what we are trying to speak of. Okay, thank you. The human communication system is very fascinating. Its capacity to process information quickly is mind-boggling. How is it so effective and what makes it so accurate and efficient at the same time without sacrificing speed? And by learning the how and what of it, can we learn to make our own communication better? Hi, this is Pratik Deo, and today I'm going to try to understand the same and see how it can benefit us in our day-to-day communications. So, first think of what is communication. Simply saying, it's the transfer of information from one source to another through various media. There is a sender and there is a receiver. This mode of transfer can be vocal, written, or many other forms. But today we are more interested in talking about the vocal form. When two people communicate, the listener's brain immediately starts the recognition process. The speed with which it does this is what I am trying to discuss today with you. An average 20-year-old can store approximately 27,000 to 52,000 words in their vocabulary. This number doesn't rise significantly over the years, as a 50-year-old can barely store the same number of words in their brain. When our brain hears any word, it takes less than a second to recognize and process that word correctly. And in doing it, our brains are over 98% accurate. This happens through a combination of parallel processing, elimination, and recognition of syllables. These multiple things happen simultaneously. What's even more amazing is the ability of our brain to predict the likelihood of the next syllable or word in the cities being spoken, match them to the likely meaning, recognize them through context of what's being spoken, and with each step, correcting the brain's understanding of what's being conveyed. In fact, our brains can recognize 8 syllables per second, and with each word spoken, it fires the neurons of corresponding words and matches the next predictable pattern. With each subsequent syllable, the brain eliminates the improbable patterns and the accuracy increases. This elimination is supported through the various non-verbal clues available in the communication process, making it even more predictable for our brain. Each syllable spoken forms words. Each subsequent word forms sentences. Sentences form paragraphs, but the process remains virtually the same for each step. What makes this whole process significant is that this parallel elimination of maybe hundreds of probable words in the first syllable increase the efficiency rapidly with each subsequent word being spoken. Context of what's being spoken makes it even more efficient. What this means for communication is that if you use a vocabulary that is easy to understand, that is more predictable, and the listener already knows the agenda and context of what is being spoken, they would be easily able to understand and remember the whole conversation. Use of less used words and out of context instances will make the whole communication process less effective. You hear a word starting with C, the brain triggers to find all the words with C in your vocabulary. The next you hear is app. The brain eliminates everything else other than words starting with cap. Now, if the listener from the context and agenda of what's being spoken knows that the word cannot be caption or captain or capital, it will eliminate them as well. Now, what it will also do is, it will also eliminate all the subsequent possible words from the probable result that might have happened had the above words not been possible. This not only saves microseconds in recognizing the word itself or the next, but also saves more time in finding the meaning of the whole paragraph as a whole. So a string of random words will always take more time to be remembered than a sentence in context. Those of us who know or have read about memory techniques for remembering lists of things or names and how it can be improved to conceptual creating of strings of meaningful words rather than just the name itself will be able to connect the dots with this easily. Those who have no idea what I am talking about, please share it in comments, and in a future video we will try to explain the same. Now let's take the following facts into consideration. The listener's brain gets physically coupled to the sound waves of the speaker and what they are trying to speak. Both the speaker and the listener, once on the same plane of understanding, have a better and quicker understanding. And the brain starts to predict the subsequent words and feelings correctly. The more in sync they are, the better and more effective the whole communication becomes. Now, in our next video, we will try to use the context of this video and apply to a communication scenario and see how we can make our own communication better. Till then, bye-bye.